Hey, Ryan Black here, and welcome to video 2, which is all about the approach. So we've handled our mindset. We've got a value-giving mindset that we're going out with. Really, really important. If you haven't done that, go back and do it, because as much as this is going to be valuable, I hope, and useful, and I know it works, I've been doing it myself, I've been teaching it for years, if you're coming from the wrong place, as I said, if you're coming from a bad mindset, from a limiting set of beliefs, then it doesn't matter how good your technique is, it's just not going to be as effective. So as long as you've done that, this is all about two main things. Number one, what do you actually do to stop a girl in the most effective way so you've actually got her attention, so she's not too freaked out, so she's somewhat interested, hopefully, in what you have to say before you even say it, and you have the best possible chance of actually creating a positive emotion in her, make her feel something that isn't fear, hopefully, which is actually good. And that's the first thing. Number two is, what do we say? What do we say to begin the conversation, where we can kind of at least begin the process of showing her attractive qualities as much as possible, where we can use a certain structure of language to be as effective as possible, to be the most likely for her to warm to us, to be interested in having a conversation, sticking around, and find that our compliment is genuine and really, really feel it, if she was ever to be at all interested. So those are the two things I'm going to try and cover. So the first thing is how do we stop her? Now, this is a bit difficult to just explain in words, so in a moment I'll actually cut to some in-field videos of myself actually performing the stop just a few times, so you can see the important bits, the kind of what I'm talking about. So I'll do that in a second, but I'll run through it quickly first on why it is that we're doing it. So the most important thing to remember is we have to think about what is the common experience of this girl, of this girl who's probably relatively attractive and is often in the kind of experience, maybe not on the street, but in a bar or a nightclub. In general, it's likely that she does have men coming up to her, and especially attractive women, a lot of them will have their defenses somewhat up, or they'll do something in their day-to-day life to try and prevent people from coming up to them. And the reason that is if we think about the street, who else is on the street? Who else is someone that might come up to them and try and stop them? Maybe it's a salesperson, right? Maybe it's someone who works for a charity. Maybe it's someone who owns a restaurant and is trying to get people in. So what's the common denominator between all of those people? What are they trying to do? They're all in some way or another trying to take value, right? They're trying to get something out of her in pretty much all these situations, common situations on the street, right? They might want to, even if they're like giving a sample away, if they're outside a restaurant or whatever, they want you to come in and they want you to spend more money. They want to take your money. All right, charity person, as good as what they're doing is, and it might be a very great charity, they're trying to get you to sign up and trying to get your money. And this is what the like 99% of their experience of walking around during the day on the street. If someone comes up to them, it's because they're a value taker. Maybe it's even someone, a guy who's homeless and just wants a handout, wants some money from her. Now, hopefully, we don't strike her as someone who's homeless, and if you give off that vibe, you may consider taking a look at your wardrobe and maybe doing an upgrade. But the important thing is that's what we're fighting against, right? What we're always fighting against in our social interactions is there are experiences which people have had enough times where they have an auto response mechanism for it. And we want to do our best to not activate their auto response mechanism, because when we do that, we're not able to connect with that person. They're just saying or doing the thing that they've done or said a million times before, and it's a stock phrase or behavior, and there's no way to connect with that person. So a lot of this stuff, what we're doing is, how can we do the opposite of what most people do? Because most people are activating an auto response, and we want to do the opposite so that they don't have a pre-existing auto response for this situation. They don't have something they can immediately do. So what happens is they have to stop, and they have to think, and they have to become present. And when they have to become present, because they go, oh, what's going on? What am I supposed to do in this situation? I'm not used to this. Then, in that moment, you can actually connect with that person. Because the response that you're getting is an honest response. And that's the magic of what we're doing when we're stepping slightly outside of social convention in order to be able to meet and connect with these women. That's what it's all about. So, how do we do that? Well, most of those people, right, most of those people on the street are seeing the person come towards them and getting in front of them, like from the side, right? So the person's sort of walking towards them, and the charity person will be here, and they'll kind of get a little bit in front and be like, oh, excuse me, miss, I just want to tell you about this. Oh, excuse me, miss, how are you today? Just one moment. And we all know what happens, because you know what your natural response is. You see this person coming kind of out of the corner of your eye, they're starting to look like they might come to, and you just go, no, and just veer around them, right? And what we're doing when we do that is we don't want to feel like we're a bad person, right? I don't want to believe like I'm a miserly arsehole who doesn't give to charity or whatever it is. So what we're doing is we're protecting ourselves from having cognitive dissonance and feeling like we're a bit of an arsehole, that we're not even stopping and giving this person a chance, by basically just ignoring it. And we can pretend to ourselves, oh, I didn't see. No, it was not really. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's something. No, I'm not. I'm busy. I'm doing this. Sorry. Right. So that if anyone saw that or they said it, you'd be like, why didn't you stop? You'd be like, oh, sorry. I didn't realize. I didn't see. Sorry. Right? We don't want to say, no, I actively saw you. I wanted to avoid you because I don't want to give you any money. You see? So that's what we're fighting against, right? If we're stopping women during the day, we can't be like that guy that's trying to stop them for charity and do the same things that those people are doing, because then we're going to activate that same response mechanism. She's going to see us sort of coming from the front and kind of veering in, and she's going to just move around and not make eye contact and move the other way to get around us before she's even realized who we are and what we're actually doing. Because as you know from the mindset stuff, we are actually there to give value. We are actually there to do something amazing, to give her a genuine compliment, to try and meet and connect with her. But she doesn't know any of that, and we don't give ourselves the opportunity to communicate that because she's already avoided us and gone. So we have to do the opposite of that. So the opposite of that involves a few things. Number one, we don't come from the front. So if the girl's coming towards you, we're scanning around for opportunities, but as she comes towards us, we might attempt to make eye contact, right? See if she's at least somewhat interested already. But whether she is or not, whether she sees us or she doesn't, we let her pass us by. Let her pass us by. And then we wait a few seconds, we turn on our heels, and we run back and get in front of her. When we do that, we are backing up the direct words that we're about to say really, really forcefully, right? We're doing what a man does. We're being very masculine and dominant in a very nice way. the stop. And as I was saying, as you can see, right, it's a very nice way to, in a very quite dominant masculine way, just really go for what you want and show that confidence and get her to just stop and give you her attention without freaking her out. So that's the stop, that's how we do it. And you're probably wondering, okay, so once I can stop her, what do I say? Well, I'm going to cover exactly that in the next video. So I hope this was useful. Please comment below, let me know your thoughts, let me know what happens when you go out and try it, and subscribe below so that as soon as the next one comes out about what to say, how to do the opener, you'll be notified and can check it out. All right, see you soon.